hard drives, they're not going to fill themselves. Greetings and welcome to Die Dragon Die presents. There's my face. Flotsam and Jetsam, Season 2, Episode 7. I'm your host, not the DM. That's Adam's job. How's everyone doing on this fine Saturday? How's everyone?
Hello.
Yesterday, I had a cheat meal. It was sushi and fried chicken, which is an excellent wombo combo of spicy and then a shit ton of carbs. So I ate my cheat meal and then I passed out at 8:30. I woke up at 12:30 in the morning, and then I did played some Red Dead Redemption, and it was like, I should draw something, but I've got heartburn. So at 4 a.m. I went back to sleep again, and I woke up at noon.
Wow. It's your body telling you you needed some rest?
Dude, I had a similar night, man. I had a similar night.
Yeah. No, it's that, and then I've been really, really enjoying rewatching the old X-Men cartoon.
Yeah.
The early 90s one.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Oh, it's so good. We're almost done season 1, and every major plot of all of the Fox X-Men movies is covered in season 1 of this cartoon. And the stories are generally told better in the cartoon than they were told in the feature-length movies. So in 30 minutes of cartoon, they're basically covering 1 hour 45 to 2.5 hour motion film, but worse. Like the punchiness of the storytelling. Every scene is described. It's following the rules of, you've got world development, character development, story development, and every scene is doing at least 2. Every single scene is doing 2 of these things. It's following good storytelling rules. So it's awesome. And everybody's built like a brick shithouse. Why do kids have body dysmorphia? Why are there so many gym bros who are roiding up? Because Magneto, who moves things with his mind, is more rip jacked than Arnold Schwarzenegger was.
I know. I have a massive collection of comic books. Like when I was in early 90s, late 80s, early 90s, I was collecting a few thousand comic books. And yeah, when I was drawing, remember when I drew Uker?
Yep.
When I drew Uker for you, it was based off of my experience with comic books.
Oh yeah.
Everyone's a goddamn Hulk.
Everyone looks like a He-Man action figure. Where all the He-Man action figures were the same mold of He-Man, just painted different.
Right. Well, it's one of those things where and then my wife noticed, unless your superpower is being fat, you look like He-Man. And then no, you're the fat guy because your superpower was being fat.
The Blob.
The Blob being a good example. There's 3 or 4 characters that follow that, but it's unless your power is fat, you're jacked.
Fuck you, the max.
Jacked.
Veins popping out of your veins.
That's funny. All right, Ahmed, what's going on with you?
I'm playing a game called The Forest with the boys. It's actually really, really fun. It's putting on PlayStation, but it's like a survival in a jungle, in an island, and there's creatures that you fight off. You build stuff. You find food, and there's caves that you investigate. It's pretty creepy. The sounds are really, really well done. I'm an old guy, and I'm putting a headset on. I was I was just listening to the TV. I'm it's not so bad. I put the headset on and actually hear stuff, and the lighting is really well done. And I was it was a night on myself, on my own. I was oh shit, I got jumped. So the next day I didn't say anything, but I just told them to, take the headset off. Anyway, it was good. It was a lot of fun. The Forest. The second game was Sons of the Forest, but it's not out for PlayStation yet. But yeah, very, very fun.
Yeah, I played a lot of Solasta this summer. I haven't picked up a video game yet since coming back to Seattle. Kraken went to a Kraken home game this week. both Luke and I, Luke who plays in the Titans gift campaign, Luke asked me while I was back in Canada to dig out my Spellfire cards. Now, Spellfire, all one word, was the trading card game that was developed around the same time Magic the Gathering was developed, that TSR developed, people who made D&D. And the card game got sold to Wizards of the Coast in the late 90s, and I guess they decided, well, we have this kick-ass card game called Magic the Gathering, why are we going to continue with this D&D based card game? So I dug out my cards, and then Luke kicked off, how shall we say, Marty's desire to gotta catch 'em all. I'm like, I played this game. I played this game in the '90s. Luke didn't. I'm like, well, I gotta beat it. But with any of those collectible card games, the way you win is you get all of the cards.
Your wallet is fatter than the other guy's wallet.
So I might be. I might have hit eBay a few times, and I've been sorting and going through Spellfire cards while watching stupid TV. It's been glorious fun. Like
there are individual cards. I did a quick search of the eBays.
Yeah,
some of the dorkiest looking cards are worth like $1,000, and it's like, sorry, people are asking for $1,000 for the dorkiest looking cards. It's not worth that until somebody pays it.
Yeah, fair enough.
So tomorrow I'm going over to Luke's place to play Spellfire.
To kick his ass?
To kick his ass at Spellfire. I made 2 decks. I made one deck, which is like the one I'm going to continue to tweak and optimize that is just going to destroy. And then I made a deck where I'm like, how do I handicap myself? I'll make a deck from only one of the 6 realms that you can, and make like a realms-focused deck. Only generic cards and cards from the Forgotten Realms.
Well, you should be able to like naturally build, like, unless you're buying multiples of some of the good cards, like more than one deck's worth.
Yeah,
it's like if you make an internal rule of like, I've got my A class deck, and then you make your other decks where you don't get to reuse the cards that you've used.
Oh, that would be tying one hand behind your back, because there are a whole bunch of like, no, you have this spell in your deck no matter what deck you are playing, right? Like,
well, and if it's like that, then it should be a cheap spell, like Magic Missile or something.
Yeah.
But no, in playing Magic the Gathering, that was like, I would make like, no, this is I would do very much flavored. So Adam played Magic the Gathering like he plays D&D.
That brings some value to your dupes. No, I actually own 2 wish spells.
Yes, because the decks, I would separate the decks and go, no, this deck is this deck, and that deck is that deck.
Don't give him any ideas. I've got so many dupes to trade too. It's like I want to beat him with the card and then trade him the dupe. So I want at least a little bit of victory beforehand.
There's tournaments, or at least back in the day. I'm talking way back in the day at this point, where you would come with like 3 decks and you'd do a war of the decks, right? Like it'd be. You'd lose and that deck would go down and your next deck would come up and you couldn't go and punk cards. It's like, no, you needed the, I don't know.
No, another time, another stream, I'll break out the binders. Like I've gone full on like beautiful 3-ring binders to put them in and sleeve.
I thought you were going to say full on beautiful mind into the just like this is.
Well, that too. I've gone through my entire set multiple times, earmarking cards, and then I kind of boil that smaller pool down to what I need for a deck. So yeah, anyways, having a lot of fun doing that. Marty was never really into the Magic the Gatherings, but we did play for a couple of years Spellfire back in the day, and I understand it. Anyways, it's part nostalgia. It also has a lot of cards that are based off of the D&D lore. Well, all of it's based off of the D&D lore. And yeah, there's a weird history to the game where the later cards are worth more because they stopped printing them as much, but they were also the worst when it came to art. Like some dude in Renaissance Fair outfit, like on a card. It's like a 90s photography,
My favorite. He showed me some cards. My favorite is some dude named Caleb the monk. It's just a guy. It's karate gi, and it's like it's his day one at the local karate club, and they took a picture of him. And that guy's name is Caleb.
Some of them are. It's like the intern dialing it in, creating the art for the. No, they got into trouble. The history of that was they got into trouble with the early versions of Spellfire because they took the art from like players' handbooks and the supplements and that sort of thing, and I don't think they had the rights to do it.
Right.
So I think TSR got into all sorts of like trouble with their own artists by reprinting art from books. So in later editions, you had actual photography of people in like Halloween costumes, which is pretty funny.
Yep.
All right, let's do a recap of what happened last game. Last game was called Disinformation. It was a short one. Genzorg and Gitano hatch a plan to have the supply trip, the True Wind, ignore the scheduled rendezvous with the Ebon Chain. Mulgrimir buys supplies from the True Wind, completing the mission.
It was freaking hilarious.
Completing the mission with the Azada pirates. Sodak seeks aid from Jin Shi and Sebastian to cure his friend Siren. Sodak and Siren agree to join the Happy Barnacle pirate crew. And I think we kind of ended there, right?
We ended there, yeah. We were a little bit late. I was hoping Mark would help me with the personality
I have a couple of things that I meant to ask, but either it was late or we got tired and that sort of thing.
That does happen.
One of the things that we never talked about it on stream, but there was an idea that when Jin Shi was scooping out wood from the Ebon Chain, that he kept some of it.
Okay. Now, things were super rushed and down to the wire.
That's right. Did he have any wood stuck underneath? It's like all it takes is a splinter for this spell.
We are going to go and use the die roll that we use for things. Now, I would argue that you are trying to be wise in your actions, or are you trying to be smart and you're cunning in your actions?
Well, Sun Wu wants to be cunning, and the person who did it was wise. So
okay, so it's the wisdom of the character. So
a d20 plus 5.
It's going to be 1d20 plus 5. The DC is 10 because you did mention this to me.
Yay! Woo! All right, so I'm going to mark down. I've got a laundry list of like ship names, and
so you only have a little bit. You have basically one handful of wood. It's a wood ball.
It's fine. The focus is a piece of ship, not a material component. So as long as we have a little wood ball, we can do this. All right. So Ebon Chain, small wood ball, collected by Jin Shi's shape wood spell. Cool. Next thing, these things actually going to happen in game. They were just reminders for me what to do.
Okay.
Yeah. Collect.
All right.
How is XP looking?
How's XP looking? You're about 10,000 short of leveling. So you're like be
69,350. We need 79,500. Okay, yeah, about 10 grand. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, Adam did some of his. Adam might have been being bad DM, not filling out the forms of all the creatures.
Do your maths.
It's already as easy as possible. You have the sheet where you just type it in, and it just gives you the number.
I've tried to make tools to make this as painless as possible.
Do your homework.
Do your homework, DM. What was the treasure that we got?
It was treasure.
It's funny because when I do DM prep, it's almost like the treasure is the first thing that gets filled out because it's like it's the thing that lasts beyond the encounter, right?
For me, it is the afterthought. Like it's the
afterthought.
Well, if there's a cool thing that they're using, that I understand.
Yep.
But like all the other like their rings and shit like that, I give. I don't care.
If we were playing Pathfinder 2 or 5th edition, be perfectly fine. Any 3rd edition analog, A treasure is part of
the
the
wealthy is it's all shit.
Yeah, it's part of the character advancement. All right, it is the 28th day of the second month. Our ship is going to be ready in 14 days.
Hey, Fox.
And
Your ship's gonna be ready.
the Truins just returned.
The Truins just returned. The party was informed by Jonathan the Navigator
Yep.
that he and Andre were planning on returning to their vessel. And you had made a request of them for them to return the day before your ship launches to protect you from the big bad scary chain boys, just in case there's issues there.
Mm-hmm. Of course, I think Ahmed, like, we could probably outrun them, especially if they have to use that rudder. We'll make a turn.
All right. Okay, so Siren has awoken. She is more cogent and amicable. I don't know if you have further questions for her or not, because we kind of paused at the questioning of her. Mark, who has his internet is exploding as we speak, isn't here to answer them. So I can give some fact-based stuff, but I'll leave the personality and character development to him when he's next here.
Yeah, I'm fine with them. Oh, you want to join our crew? Okay, now they're treating them both like junior officers and ordering them around.
Perfect. Yep. What you learn about, so you learned a little about Sodak before. You know that the Siren woman is capable with the sword. You would have her kind of be comparable to Rose, although Rose probably wins, but she can cast.
Right. Mulgrimir says to Sodak, "You said that you could craft things."
Yes, Captain. I'm very much in love with crafting weapons, especially firearms.
Then we've got some work for you to do before our ship is made. Go and report to Sun Wu and figure it out.
He looks at Siren. She's up and around? She's all right?
She is, yeah. The whatever spell that the angel woman cast upon her, it seems to have brought her to her senses. She is still a little guarded in personality, but which you know that like was a previous trait. But she is awake and doesn't seem to be physically ill, although she appears to be hungry as she's eyeing up proper sustenance.
Okay. Yeah. He nods to Captain Mulgrimir. Captain, I'll be on my way. And what does Sun Wu look like? So I can identify him.
I'm sure you could figure it out.
Yes, Captain. He goes over to Siren. Glad to see you up and about. Was very worried about you.
Was everyone in my dreams? It did not turn out well for us.
He shakes his head. Only us. The rest of them, unfortunately, on the deep. I'm sorry. I failed.
Don't worry. There's always next time. She's hollow. Her words are obviously somewhat hollow, even now she says them. But she does have kind of a murderous look. Murderous look to her. Murderous look to herself.
Jin scoops up Sebastian.
This way, Turtle. We shall introduce you to Sun Wu, my apprentice.
Yes, Master Sebastian.
There's a hierarchy here, apparently. Well, if he's my apprentice and you're reporting to him, then you're like a sub-apprentice. But not even a wizard, so we wouldn't even go that far.
Well, each one has their own capabilities, yes, Master Sebastian. I would like to see you craft something. Yeah, if you can make it out, there's actually a smile on his lips.
On his beak.
He made a joke. The metal
Jin,
turtle.
Jin
made
now
a-
has the fishbowl underneath his arm and is just going out.
Yeah, I'll follow them. Sorry, my map was still loading, so
Not
Hey.
you. You said Sebastian said that you were some sort of bard.
I sing amongst other talents.
Okay. Mulgamir will grab some food and drink and go and I don't know, interview his future cohort.
Interview his future cohort. Yeah.
Have a bardly discussion to
I-
see if she's of any has any talents that
And this is where I am uncertain as to the intentions involved, but inquisitive and manipulative are on the personality traits as well as proud. So, so there is a two-way.
they both worship Istitia, so there's some common ground here.
They
They're both
bond over Astitia,
and
and they're probing. That's the wrong word. They are inquisiting
Very
of
wrong
each other for details about things.
sure. Thanks, Adam.
Yeah.
I'm looking at her, the type of bard she is. She's a sea bard. What are they called? Sea singer.
Sea skull.
Sea singer. Sea shanty. She can counter seasickness and exhaustion with her bard song, which is cool.
nice.
And then at 3rd level, they can calm rough waters, reducing the profession sailor swim checks, acrobatics, and climb checks required aboard the ship.
So we don't dump the party in the sea.
Yep.
She is a swashbuckler.
By an amount equals to the bard's level. That's pretty cool.
Really? Wow.
We're going through a storm. DC 40 to make your thing. And 20th level bard's like, no, it's only DC 20 now, boys.
Well, you're going through a storm. It's DC 25 to make your thing.
Yeah.
Your 4th level crew. DC 25 is a problem. 50, more than half your crew are being dumped out to sea. Oh, she sings. Okay, a quarter of your crew is being dumped out to sea. That's pretty helpful.
Yep. Yeah, there's some good things there.
Yeah, she's got some spells. She's got some skills. She does keep bardic knowledge. So she has all the bardic knowledge stuff, as well as the take 10 and take 20. So she can think really hard about things. She is an imperial, but does have a good list of languages. It's all around it. If somebody said, Adam, play this character, Adam could play this character.
Yeah, and the swashbuckler in the front end means she can stab.
Yeah, just she's going to stab things. She's going to sing. She's going to stab things. She's going to know some stuff. Cast some spells. It's a useful character.
Help us in storms. What I like about this cohort for Mark's cohort is that they're both bards. Like,
Yes.
I like the fact that there was some overlap for them.
There's common skill sets,
There's a
and
common skill set. Yeah.
it's not the
It's not the alchemist that rides my back and feeds me potions.
it's not I'm the barbarian, the mutation warrior, and then I have a proper alchemist who feeds me all the stuff with an alchemist cleric who keeps me healed and full of potions.
I think Mark and I were thinking the similar things when I created Rose. I'm like,
Yep.
I'm gonna make a swashbucklery dex fighter
guy. The compliments to Black Dog. All right. I don't think Mark is in chat. We'll see if he connects tonight. If not, let's put an earmark here, where basically Gitano, knowing that Andre is going back to her ship, is going to try to basically make some headway in that and try not to get killed doing so. For the rest of that day, there's some fevered communication at one point where you saw basically the party did see Rotgut. It's about 2 hours later. Rotgut is going to... Oh, the token is so small.
Rotgut the parrot, yes?
Rotgut the parrot is
Just checking.
basically going to go complain at Rickety I don't know if anybody is messing with Rockgut or not, but there is some sort of like discussion that is not the quietest that's happening, 100 feet away from the party.
Who's there? Well, this group's been unloading tonnage.
Oh, they've been unloading tonnage? Okay, so then basically, we'll say this group is walking past as Rockgut is. They want the cargo, and they would like their cargo. They said that they've already paid for it, and it's theirs. Well, you're going to need to talk to Brandywine about that. Apparently, there's a plague about. That's what the rumors say, anyway. We all know that's bullshit. As your party is sort of, I'm just going to grab them. You're currently taking a load of stuff where you've got a bunch of sacks and things, and you've got men that are just basically carrying a load. I think you'd probably keep, I don't know. We're going to, where is Momo? Shanks, Mumbles.
Banta would probably be in your ship to know how to get rid of the stuff properly.
Okay, so you've got a couple of men still guarding the ship. I'm going to say Daedalus is being told to guard the ship. Okay. Just because I want you to have a character potentially in a scene.
Yeah, fair enough.
And Sun Wu was leaving to go do a thing when these chuckleheads were on their way back. I don't know.
Okay. All right. So these chuckleheads are. So these people. Where is Sodak? Oh, they're on their way. Okay, so they're on their way south. We've got this interaction happening north. Okay, so Rickety is having a kerfuffle with Rotgut. They're going on back and forth about goods. At this point, Rotgut, they're taking them right now. This is theft. Some might even say it's piracy. It's like, wouldn't want piracy here.
No, we didn't steal it. We bought it from the captain guy of the True Wind. I don't remember his name, but Mogomir gave him black pearls for all this stuff. It's ours now.
Gave him black pearls. You know, overbidding on goods is the worst form of piracy. Are you certain you're using the word piracy correctly?
The captain
Almost.
shook hands.
Oh,
Captain Mogramir shook hands with the other captain. It is a deal.
yeah.
You can argue with other captain.
You want us to go get Mogomir so we could... I think he even got his receipt.
Receipts. Rickety is shrugging. Captain Brandywine was most concerned about the evidence of plague that was provided. I mean, even Godwin mentioned that there might be a plague aboard that ship. There's definitely ghoulish things abound. They didn't come from nowhere. Definitely came from somewhere. Who showed up here being all creepy-deepy? You see Rockgut narrowing his eyes and looking at the Latias.
What do you care anyways? You're just a bird. Shoot, get out of here.
Flaps up onto a ledge. I know those tattoos. So do you. He's yelling at Rickety. They used to run with undead. Ebon Chain doesn't run with undead. Why would they have ghoul fever? You want I should throw a rock at him? That's correct.
Well, I better you throw a rock at him than I do. I'll kill him if I do that. Shikigami spirits are very strong with me. Why do you care? They're a bunch of slaves. Slavers.
It is my... He trims himself a little bit. He's trying to... he's positioning his feathers to cover up some of the bald spots. He doesn't quite have enough to get full coverage. It is my duty to care.
Okay.
I make certain that those in the bay are represented.
We're the ones in the bay. Or we're the ones in the town.
Yes. You're the ones in the town, and you're here to talk for yourself. The ones in the bay don't have a voice here, do they? To keep privacy, it is important for messengers to be able to convey them messages.
What about the chain devils that they keep on sending over here to attack us? What about
I
that?
don't see it. You've shown no evidence of chain devils. How do I know you're not just making it up? He's pointing a little, standing on one leg and pointing a claw.
You could also be making many things up.
They haven't chased me around the harbor. They don't have an overgrown chicken dog that chases me around.
Weren't you also snooping around? Weren't you also snooping around our privately paid for area? You were
I
spying
was
on us?
coming to deliver a message, and I got chased away.
Your intentions are not very clear.
My intentions are most clear. And at that point, what privacy would you have even earned? You didn't even have a boat.
It does not matter. Captain Mogrimir has paid for privacy, and we should have
20
that.
cents motive to he's kind of spinning a little bit in his own logic.
Well, good thing we did come here. We solved the problem with the Nagas.
And we are eternally grateful to keep the ones below sleeping.
Yeah.
I'd fly the fuck out of here if it wasn't.
Yeah. So. Yeah, you should be concerned with how they keep their slaves. If they're letting disease run through their ranks, that's not a good thing.
But I've been on their boat. They didn't have any ghouls.
Did they show you every single inch of the boat? No, they got it all contained there somehow.
They've earned their right to keep secrets. I'm not gonna go check all their holds.
Oh, okay. But just our shack, though? Just our shack is...
I didn't check your shack, and you didn't have a boat. If you don't have boats, then you're not fucking pirates, are you? Now you have a boat. Now you get privacy. He's doing a little chicken dance on top of the shed.
Ricky,
So,
I think
do you have a boat?
He's got something in
I'm
his
not a
hand.
fucking pirate.
Oh, so you could be attacked then.
To be technical,
He caught his like one of his orcish shot puts back.
Rocket is flying away. It works.
Lee does one of those, pretends to throw it, but it just dropped behind him. Like,
There's a turd and a raspberry being blown as
Yep.
Rocket's screwed up. I mean, technically, killing Rotgut wouldn't make me terribly happy. He does serve a purpose here, but
it's a fucking talking bird. I'm not gonna kill it. I think that's funny.
it doesn't actually go against the Queen's orders. It is a bird.
Yeah. The bird was poking around where he shouldn't have been, though.
Yeah. Rickety shrugs and he giggles like, "I got more goods this way." Give me a. So, most of the talking was done by Lihida, and he reiterated previous statements.
Yes.
So, give me everybody who helped crafted the statements that were being made could aid in the deception. So, like, Gitano was part of the people creating the deception. Bolgrimir was part of it, creating the deception. You're parroting that previously understood deception.
So, aiding with bluffs?
Aiding with bluffs.
Okay, Mulgrimir's bluff aids with +3.
Okay.
Let me see if Chum Chum could help his aid.
Are you talking about aiding for the ghoul fever?
Yeah.
Aiding for the insistence that there is a plague aboard the ship.
All right. I think Chum Chum aids with a... So Mulgrimir's aids +4.
It doesn't matter anymore. We have the gear.
Well, you were talking to a bird, and Rickety is right there. I want to know if Rickety understands that there's actually, like, there's a difference in how the world plays out. if they know there's a plague if they think there's a plague on the boat, or there might be a plague on the boat, or if they know there's not a plague on the boat. Because these are 3 possible outcomes.
Hmm.
Now, just because they know there's not a plague on the boat doesn't mean they're going to be like, "Get out of here, you suck." It's like, no, it's just.
Oh, you kind of suck.
All right, Lee got a 19 with the AIDS.
Okay. Rotgut, he doesn't like you. Rickety just giggles. His guards don't have no reaction. Oh, this way. Oh, taking the. So, do you like tea?
I like other things better, but tea's not bad. This is actually pretty good tea.
You can use tea to make beer.
Or you can put a little whiskey in.
beer tea is very good.
Put a little bit of whiskey in your tea, and it's not too bad.
Yeah, what you do is also put raspberries and let them ferment. Very good.
Well, I enjoy your afternoon, gentlemen. I've got a ship to finish building. We're at a key juncture. Don't
I'm
want any
building the
problems in
ship
the
right
lower
now.
house.
Let us know when the ship is ready enough that we can start putting our supplies aboard. For now, I guess the tea all goes into our shack.
It'll be about 5 days for all the main structures, at which point it becomes finishing touches.
All right. Thank you, Rickety.
Okay.
Stupid bird.
Yes. Stupid bird.
Birds are dumb. Doesn't suspect a thing. Okay. Sodak, Ginger, Sebastian, you're coming back to the group. What task does Sun Wu sees the turtle? The turtle.
Okay, he pauses for a moment when he sees Sebastian and Jin.
Here, where are we? We're down here. Oh, okay.
The turtle is loaded to the gills, the theoretical gills, with firearms.
Who's this guy?
Greetings, First Sergeant Sodak. Oh no.
First Sergeant who and what now?
Sergeant Sodak.
What are you sergeant of?
No. Gond's glorious army of crafters.
Who?
Gond. He points to a weird-looking cog symbol on his armor.
Did you say a gun? You worship a gun?
Gond.
Gond. Oh, okay. Never heard of him.
Well, here's this pamphlet I have.
Oh. What's it written in?
Oh, it's just diagrams of like really cool crafted stuff, like blueprints. Look, we can make this. We've also made this. I've made this and this and this.
Might I introduce you to my apprentice, Sun Wu, here?
Says Sebastian.
You
yeah.
want something?
Yeah, I learned a little bit of wizardry. I think I'm only going to keep this little bit of wizardry because the wizardry taught me how to put magic into siege weapons.
Oh yes. That's a very good idea.
I think at a certain point, I might be able to figure out how to make siege engines load quicker.
Yes, you can. Well, if you start crafting, how you say, devices on the side, and you automate them, then yes, they can start loading your weapons for you.
Yeah.
It works as well for small rifles and muskets.
What do you got here? He's pointing at one of your guns.
Let's see. Give me a sec. You have a good eye.
They're
I'm
pretty
just
hard-
scrolling. I'm just scrolling. 1 second.
Pretty hard to miss. Is that thing a tripod for that thing?
Absolutely. If you were to
Ah.
fire this standing up, he would fall on your ass. This here is Boomer. Yes, it's quite
Boomer.
powerful. I can fire it standing up without the tripod, but I do end up on my shell. You see.
Oh. Got a bit of a kick, does it?
You could say that. Yes.
So,
Would you like to try it?
do you live in the squibs?
Mulgrimir has hired Sodak and a woman named Siren as final crew members.
Yes, it's our
Oh.
pleasure to join your crew.
You're a pirate.
I'm searching for things,
Okay.
and if this is my journey, then for now, yes, I am a pirate. I'm joining your crew.
It is Mulgrimir's orders that Sodak report to you, apprentice. Because there is a hierarchy of things, of course.
Loyalty comes with usefulness, of course.
Oh, why me?
Oh, because Sodak here apparently can craft weapons.
Oh, we've got a few people who want magic on their weapons. Do you know how to make a magic weapon?
Brilliant, brilliant. Check my character sheet here.
Let me understand what monstrosity I made.
Yes, mostly I specialize in firearms, of course, but yes, arms and weapons I can do. Armor and weapons.
Are you any good at it?
I'm very good. I'm fairly quick.
Oh, I've got our first test then. We have a second class magical ring on a weapon that needs to be transferred from that weapon to a bow. If you could do that, I could finish up Jin's circlet while you're doing that at the same time. It should only take you a few hours if you know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, you'll break it and everyone will be mad.
No pressure then.
No pressure. But, yeah, I wouldn't break the Akunian's bow, because he does have a second bow. And I wouldn't break the magic, because we worked hard for that. We still might be in trouble before it. This is the stuff that the Azada Pirates gave us for doing our latest job, which
All right.
you probably don't need to know about.
Understood.
Forget about what job? Job, no job.
He's preoccupied by the ring and the magic. What you're talking about? Where's my station? And he starts pulling out like a bag and starts opening it up. It's got
No, don't do that here. We have a rope trick. It's a nice, clean space for us, and has not too many distractions.
Excellent.
And my oversight?
So Sebastian. Yes, and
Yes.
his superior management abilities.
Give me a spellcraft check, Sodak.
Spellcraft. Sure, but 21.
You know what a rope trick is, and you know there are good places to work.
Excellent.
You also
Distractions
know-
are always a problem.
You also know that if you don't finish the job within the time, it becomes very annoying to leave the rope trick. You have to pack everything up, leave the rope trick, go into another one. Like you understand how they work.
How much time is left before the rope trick runs out?
Oh, we refreshed them this morning.
Okay.
Don't worry, I'm keeping rough track.
It'd be nice so that, as much as I trust you, I always
Short-
like to know myself.
Shortstone, Jin, Sebastian, Shortstone is up there with Celissa. They can point out the items that need the transference. We need to get Ganzorg's, him to decide which bow.
Of course.
I got something to do before I come back. I gotta go help move some sugar.
He lied
He's
as
lying.
naturally as he breathed.
All right. Good luck with the sugar.
Yeah, he climbs in, and as people are going to and fro, he lets himself onto the
You know for a fact that he's not getting sugar, Sodak. I've checked your sense motive.
Yeah.
He's just making an excuse.
It's all right. We all need to rest some here and there.
Sun Wu will slip aboard as people are going back and forth and taking stuff off and hide behind like some cargo. And he's going to take some shavings from the boat.
Okay,
I don't know if you want a stealth from Sun Wu.
give me a stealth because there are men aboard the ship that are
Yep.
you know.
He's waiting until some of his men aboard. And
It's
like
all gonna be. It's all a roll.
30.
Okay. I'm gonna roll a. Okay. It was tense there for a moment. One of you, it takes you longer than you thought it would take because one of the dudes decided to have a smoke, like standing like 3 feet away from you. You crouch behind a barrel. He's just up there. He just lit a smoke. At one point, he like ashes like over like by your hand. He's like, "Ooh." You know, it's a tense 5 minutes before he wanders off.
Okay, we'll take the shavings and pick up a small bag of tea and just wander out with the others.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to take a little sample of that
Okay,
ship.
I've added shavings in a vial of the true wind. He used his crafter's any tool to create a little potato shaver, basically.
The potato peeler of doom.
Yeah, nothing structural. Just there might be a little mark in the.
It's like a cargo ship run by a drunk doesn't have some dings in it. Okay, you're able to successfully gather some shavings from the ship as the men are coming back for another load. They're giggling about a bird. They're giggling about a stupid bird, Sun Wu, as you leave.
Just trying out some of the tea is what he said when he lies to Lee and to Banta. He's got a little bag of tea.
Seems to really like tea, says Karen.
Yes, very. I did not see that coming.
Maybe he's making his potions taste better.
Maybe.
Black Dog just doesn't give a shit.
He just looks at them. Ferment some berries makes it very much better, huh?
Oh, if you make it strong enough, doesn't matter how it tastes.
More moving, less talking.
Yeah,
It's what you get from Black Dog. Black Dog's here to
Banta's directing
do a
which
job.
cargo to take off and how to reposition them to keep the ship,
Yep, he's driving them a little bit hard because he wants to see. Black Dog wants these guys to be fit, and us spending the last 10 days. What's it been? We've been in the squibs for 17 days. Yeah, people getting flabby, sitting around drinking.
Yeah.
Do you require a whip or similar motivational device?
Whip.
A whip.
Whip.
He's like torn between that might be an interesting idea, but these guys don't deserve it. And then he thinks for a moment, I don't think the slaves. Like he has to really think hard about this.
This is actually.
I don't think the guys who were whipped by you want to be whipped more. And he finally shakes his head no. But there was some deep consideration. He points back to get back to work.
He nods. There's a tilt of the head, a bit of a bow.
Daedalus, I think, is a dex fighter, so the get back to work moving things straight 10 guy.
Yep. All right.
Tall, lanky.
This is my punishment. Okay. The party unloads the ship. The Mogomir is learning about Siren. Gitano is interacting with the angels before they leave. Brandywine and his men are expecting to sail out the next morning. There was a kerfuffle with Rockgut, but no true violence came to be from that. Is there anything else that you're planning on doing this day?
Sun Wu is going to go and speak to. Well, actually, he'll get the fishbowl legs with Sebastian, with Sebastian's familiar driving them, explaining to Sebastian that we're going to try to get an upgrade. We should have done this when we had them built, but to add a climb speed to the fishbowl legs would cost 1,000 gold pieces, market cost.
Yep.
And it's something that Rickety can do. So we're gonna basically ask Rickety to add that to his. We'll bring the crafters. We'll bring Sodak along.
Okay. Are you?
Jin will escort them just as a.
Yes. Actually, at this point in time, he's actually underneath the ship.
Mhm.
And you actually see him inside. Do you bring Sodak in to see your boat?
Yeah, Sodak's part of the crew. So, and
Okay.
Sunwoo's not a big stickler for rules. So, hello, excuse me, Rickety around.
Down here. You hear him. He's currently below the waterline.
Oh.
You can see his steam powered backpack apparatus clunking away as there's at first to be like 3 arms that have now like extruded from it, and it's pushing up some wood into a few different locations, and then you can see the wood shaping into the boat. Jinsher would be familiar with sort of how this is happening. One of these arms is doing like a wood shape to help mend the boat together.
Oh. He'll just wait until he's done whatever immediate procedure he's performing.
All right, it takes him.
He's holding his tail in his hand.
He comes up after about 8 minutes.
Hey, no problem. We just watched. We probably haven't seen the boat in a while.
Things. he's basically got this little periscope looking up at you from under the water.
Oh, sorry to interrupt. Doesn't need to be happen now. But we would like to add a following augment. Sun was already detailed what the augment would be and maybe some ideas on how to pull it off. To the fishbowl legs. We've noticed that they don't climb very well. They don't handle stairs and trees and ropes very well.
Not handling ropes is probably a bit of a problem.
Yeah, we've figured out that while they've been very helpful in allowing the goldfish to have his own maneuverability and freedom, his inability to climb ropes is becoming a problem.
All right.
We definitely will pay market price for this. I'm guessing a man of your skill could get this done in an afternoon.
Well, give me a second. I will pick that eye up. He starts to climb up. You can see the arm that was manipulating the wood. It disappears back into his backpack. The 2 arms on either side are help pulling him up. He's got like little bits of seaweed dangling off of him in odd locations. Give me a perception or knowledge nature. Would both be acceptable.
Just for some Wu, for everyone there.
For everyone there. A heal would also be acceptable.
Oh,
I see Jinsher's there.
yeah. Jin's perception's better than heal. 36 from Jin.
He might have a mutation somewhat similar to Mulgrimir, but not as pronounced because he wasn't breathing. Like he didn't have anything to help him breathe underwater. He was obviously interacting underwater, and he doesn't have like an air bubble spell or anything like that running. Like he's
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
5 black pearls, the little note of some suggestions, and we'll leave the.
Okay, give me a diplomacy check for like across the group. It's not that hard.
Let me see. I assume it's Sun Wu taking the lead.
He's the only one who's really talking, so.
All right, Sebastian will aid, given that it's his bowl. He masterfully aids for a +3.
3. That effectively represents he likes his own little machine that he made.
8.
I'll get to it. Yeah. It'll take a little bit. Just leave him on the shelf.
Yep. Diva detracts from the item and then floats up into the bowl and then just goes bloop.
Okay. Okay, give me a D6.
3.
Okay, Rickety does the job for the price you indicate, but he doesn't actually do it for 3 days. So there's 3 days where
Awesome.
the item is tied up.
That's fine. Yeah. Thank you.
It's coming together. Are you sure you don't want me to get more of the barnacles off? I mean, it's kind of cool looking.
No, outside, as long as the bottom isn't all barnacled. I think that's the part that touches the water.
Oh no, we're putting in fresh lumber down there.
Oh, the barnacles on the inside of the boat where we're all running around and have our hands and stuff. Yeah, get rid of those.
Oh.
The outside, we're calling it the Happy Barnacle, so it's gonna have a few barnacles.
Yeah, it's praise be to what is found beneath the sea.
Sure. Praise be. Sun Wu echoes hollowly.
And let it ever stay sleeping.
And let it stay sleeping. Jinshi, after his experience at the Naga Temple, really wants whatever that is to just stay sleeping. Crazy, aberrant Naga people.
I think we're a little bit ahead of schedule. Might be able to get you out a day or two early, I think.
Okay.
Pumped up on the wall.
Don't rush anything to the point of not doing a good job. Not saying you're not doing a good job, but
I wouldn't want at this point, just not complaining or anything, but I would prefer not having anything related to ghouls of any variety on my island. So I'm not saying one thing or the other. I'm just making a statement that anybody associated with ghouls usually have to stay out in the bay. So, just as a friendly word of advice. Yeah, ghouls are bad.
agreed. There's a worried look on his face, though.
Sodoc's 100% agreed.
Yeah, 100%.
As we're wandering away, I
Yes.
think he's onto us.
Well, what makes you say that?
Him warning us that he doesn't like ghouls? That seemed sort of random.
But don't we? Why? Why? He's like, why would we like gold?
So looks at Sodak. He's about to say something and then thinks better of it and continues. Come on, Sodak, you got a ring to move from one weapon to another.
Yes, what were you going to say, though?
Yes, and I will supervise Sun Wu, who will supervise you.
Yes. Have you ever heard of the saying there's too many crafters next to the cannon?
No.
Well, we don't want too many crafters next to the cannon. Let the master deal with it, and if he needs, he can call for help.
Sun Wu,
Yes, Sebastian?
what is the status of the moving of the ring from one weapon to another?
It hasn't begun yet. He really wants me to ask you what the status of this is.
I don't know what the rope trick is.
It hasn't started yet.
Thank you.
It sounds like a job. It sounds like a job I'm familiar with.
This might be Marty's universe.
What is the status? Not done. How do you know? Because it's not done. But did you check? I don't need to check. It's not done. But okay, I check. Is it done? No. Okay, they said it's not done.
17 years of my career in a nutshell.
When will it be done? Later.
Oh yeah,
That's the other half.
that's the more advanced version of that.
All right, the party returns. Who is basically moving Sebastian around?
At this point
No.
in time, it's Jin, and then he gets put up into the rope trick and left for the spellcasters to deal with, because Jin is going to
All right.
maintain watch with Genzorig. We still have a watch on like slave
Yeah,
ship that can slave the entire village and kill all of us is sitting still right out there.
It's like 300 feet that way.
Yeah.
There's a football field over there is, 100 or 200 dudes of hate. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then the magic items, which Mulgrimir will divvy. I think Katano is getting the headband of Alluring Charisma +2.
Why you shouldn't have. But of course, Gitano is,
Katano has
the hero.
two Charisma spellcasting classes, and Mulgrimir already has a headband.
Well,
So,
it makes sense to me. Also, the those murderous commands are, or whatever the urges or whatever they're called. Oh my god. Oh my god.
let us make a note at top of Mark's character sheet for him to make that update. And then I've put the ectoplasmic rod already on Sun Wu's sheet. He's really the only one that does
Kaboom.
magic damage that isn't already force. The belt of incredible dexterity could go on Ganzorig, Sun Wu, or Daedalus. I guess it could also go on Sodak, but
He just arrived.
Daedalus was just rescued. Sodak is even newer,
So they're both out of the.
and then the
The-
rest of the characters could all of them could use +1 to their ACs, except for Mulgrimir, who is charisma
doesn't-
his AC. So
Mulgrimir, being the sound and wise power captain, tells it because it's so used to him.
the +2 trident is getting the +2 taken off, put it on one of Genzorg's bow. The +1 will be available if anyone has a masterwork weapon that they want magicked, and then we're gonna sell the masterwork trident.
Let's just double check.
And you're a 6th level caster, Sodak?
Yep.
Yeah, you have craft arms and armor. Yeah, you have no problem removing that +2 ring.
Okay,
Yes.
so Corinne would like the battle torch magic if possible,
Sure.
because they're fucking awesome. Like, it's on the list. Eventually, it's on the list of like, my friend made me a present, and this is how Black Dog loves me. We're bros, and it should be magical. Is just his logic there.
And then we have to figure out the market cost for crafting a magic ring. Because Sodak has the craft arms and armor.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is the price of a +1 power on a, like...
Making it on a ring as opposed to making it on a weapon.
Yep.
Well, I
So in order for like, is it the minimum? For there to be a keen weapon, there needs to be a +1. So you're basically
so I think it needs to be a +2.
A +2, subtract the 2,000 for the +1 for the +1 part.
Right. I think that's the case, and that will make things like brilliant energy is a +10 weapon.
Vorpal will be absolutely expensive
will still be
to make as a ring.
Right.
Okay.
So I think we start there and we see if it needs to be tweaked.
Okay.
Because how we did it previously was too cheap.
It was too cheap. Yeah.
Yes, 2,000 is not enough.
Right. Okay. But we do have some cash. We'll figure out offline what Sodak's first project will be. Once he's moved this ring, which will take the afternoon.
Okay. Now, I think we need to figure out if he makes an actual craft check to do it.
No, he said it's just you need to be a 6th level caster.
Oh,
we got rid of that so that the low level, the fighter can.
The
move
fighter
his
can
hero.
actually do it.
Yeah.
Perfect. Sounds good. Yep. Yeah. No, we're good. Yeah.
It's based off a caster level. If it was a +3 ring, we couldn't take it off right now. We'd have to wait till we're 9th level in order to do it.
Yeah. Cool. No, I'm okay with this. Yep. So yeah, no, Karen wouldn't mind putting a +1 on the battle torch. Grimsby wants a magic amulet, actually.
Okay. I don't
Like a bite claw sort of thing, whenever that becomes available. And then
what does Banta use? Does Banta have an amulet or does he use wraps?
No, he has an amulet. Let me double check.
His robes of mighty fists act as an amulet of mighty fists. Okay, cool.
Yeah, robes. That's it. Is there a vestment of? Oh God, where are we putting his? What are we? Okay, so he asked for monk's vestments or monk's robe.
If you look at the time tracker, I've got all of the Sun Wu projects in order. Tomorrow he finishes up Jin's phylactery, and on the next day he starts your robes. Now, what I did not anticipate was you had an item that was already robes. So are you willing to dump your amulet of mighty fists? Give me a second. We have one other character with an amulet of mighty fists. Jin will trade his amulet of mighty fists for your robe of mighty fists.
Make it so it works.
So that it still works. We have a way that it won't be more expensive.
We trade. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's what will happen, but it'll take 4 days for Sun Wu to finish your robes.
Okay. Much appreciated, Sun Wu. Here, some drink.
Well, thanks.
Yeah. It can makes you craft a bit.
I'm going away now. You have work to do. All right, so yeah, basically we Sodak can move a ring. He's at least a 6th level guy, and then Sun Wu's going to make some plans like for him to craft something. I don't know if it's a keen or impact is +2. Oh, that might be too expensive right now.
Well, that's going to be like 30 grand.
That's a +4 weapon, yes. So
it's a +4 minus a +2, so it's going to be 32,000 minus 8,000. It'll be 24,000.
I think we get a lot of mileage at this level with a keen because none of us have
Keen's great.
None of us have improved critical at this point in time. Put a keen on Mulgramir's sword would be amazing.
Marty,
a keen on Mulgramir's sword, a keen on Black Dog's sword, a keen on Rose's sword, a keen on
Runeforger question, Master Smith. This I was trying to figure out, and it didn't make sense to me. 5th level. This is right above my feet. 5th level, Forge Master can craft mundane and magical items made from metal in half the normal. Nope, that's not the one I was looking for. There's one that said in the remaining amount of gold. Sorry, I thought that was the one. I'll look for it. Never mind. Shit. I'll look for it. I don't know where it was. It was a statement saying how much time it actually takes. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you're.
Master Smith, you can craft in half the amount of time. If it's metal.
Yeah, no, this is something. It's okay. I'll look for it.
Okay. All right.
Correct.
Give me a. So you're still maintaining your watches as you described.
Yeah.
Is my assumption. Give me a. Roll, please, for a percentile. Sorry.
30.
Derping my way through things. Okay, give me a D6.
4. How does Jonathan and Andrew leave?
Oh, how do they leave?
Yeah.
So, Andre
picks him up and they fly away.
scoops him up and they fly away.
Oh.
Give me a perception check. Perception / spellcraft.
From whom?
From whomever's interested in watching them fly away. Like it was.
I think Genzorg's interested in flying things, given that he's a follower of the air god.
Yeah, Andre's
39.
Andre scoops him under the arms, flies up. They get a good distance into the air, like they get pretty damn high, and then they just blink out of existence.
Oh, what the hell was that? I thought there was no such thing as teleports. 18 spellcraft.
They're broken, right? At 18, teleporting is broken.
Or maybe he turned invisible, or Katie just blew them away.
Give me a. Well, I don't know if you do you tell anybody about this, or like any of the more magic-y people, or is it just Katie blew them away?
It's a mystery.
This is a mystery.
He'll mention it if anyone asks. But...
Yeah, so they flew up into the sky and then blinked out of existence.
Okay. Get Dorig's deep in thought for that afternoon.
It's like, oh.
There was no wind.
The equations are flying by his head.
I didn't see a big bird come down.
It wasn't a bird.
The clouds were too high. Yes, teleportation's broken on this world. Where is the lore? Give me a second. About 78 years ago, it's called The Curse of the Grey Moon. The moon turned gray, and
so did my hair.
The Songgate stopped working, as well as teleportation magic.
Songgate stopped working, and then a bunch of teleportation magic ended up not being anywhere near as effective as it used to be. Plane shifts don't work.
Summon monsters still work.
Summon monsters work. Yep, summoning works. Plane shifts are like the people with really high craft or spellcraft checks would say they're temperamental at best, and then your teleportations, you need to see where you're going. Like you can only go like over there.
So Marty has guesses what happened. Ganzorig is flummoxed.
Ganzorig is the wind got him. If you get up too high, then Katie's creatures above you get you. Turns you into dust.
Such a good word.
It's a good word. Yeah, it legit is a good word. All right, I need a. Seconds, right? We've already had those rolls. I need a D2.
2.
2. Okay, and then a D3.
3.
3. Okay. The Southern Watch, who was on third shift?
It would be the Wizards.
Okay. All right. Give me a perception check from the Wizards.
Give me a second. There are which group does Banta camp with?
First, I think, because of his vision. What's his name? Lita.
He's camping with Lee.
Yeah.
And Daedalus camps with which group?
Daedalus camps with whichever group he's told to camp with. He does what he's told.
All right, we stick him with Banta for a while.
He. Okay. All right. So.
Banta, which group? North. Oh, you said Lehida. Okay, northern group. All right. So the people that would be awake in the early morning are the Wizards. And I guess Sodak joined the Wizards because he's been
Yeah.
helping with the crafting.
Okay. There is the Sodak, Sun Wu, and Sebastian. If you'd give me perception checks for those three, I'll roll one for Callista and one for Shortstone.
So that keeps meticulous details about the craft that he's been doing. It's all, with Gon's favor and Gon's whatever on the 13th day of the whatever, the blue ring of whatever's magic's been transferred successfully via Gon's blah blah. Because that's a nice little each thing.
Is Sodak perceptive? I'm looking at those rolls. You might want to roll a perception check.
So far, it's Sebastian, the highest with 25.
No. I'll roll for you.
Yeah.
13.
Okay.
He's thinking about. He's writing notes about his stuff.
Okay, Sebastian. So basically, you did not hear rot gut coming. So basically, a bird appears in your camp. Like lands, like suddenly, it's like, ooh. Lands by your fire. Your hooligans aren't around. I have message from the captain of the Ebon Chain.
Oh, okay. You got it written down there somewhere, champ?
I do.
Is
He
it
drops
cursed? Is it going to explode in our faces?
Detect magic?
Yeah, a bunch of wizards detecting magic.
Okay.
Shortstone, what does it say?
As you're detecting magic, Rockgut is like hopping out of the cones.
I have a question for you, Rocket. How is it that you are a bird that is quite clearly leaps and bounds smarter than other birds?
Well, how are you a fish that is at least marginally smarter than other fish?
Marginally smarter? Well,
Well, but you.
those are fighting words. I challenge thee to a game of lance. Chess, as some people call it.
Do I get to pick the board?
Is it a magical board in which pirates cheat?
It is not a board with which pirates cheat.
Is it a board?
It'll
with
only
which-
be you versus me, and no others may interfere.
I will need the assistance of someone to move some of the pieces around.
Unfortunately, that would taint the game itself, now wouldn't it?
Sebastian doesn't like the bird. What can we do to the bird? Could he move a piece on his own? I think I gave him Mage Hand. Yep.
Is the board magical?
It's a very special board.
Something that you cheat at.
No, not cheating. Prevents cheating. How else would we know it's fair and square,
Sebastian's giving him a dirty look. There's a stare down between the two awakened animals. Parrot.
I work for a
Parrot's
druid.
closer.
I work for a wizard. It's going to out-wisdom you. Yeah, no, he's totally willing to play with a magical chess set that you can't move the pieces, and then just be like, "I take my move, now your turn." Waiting.
Now we get into how strong is Diva again? The diminutive Iron Weird with a 2 strength. Can she move the pieces?
It's strength checks versus the bird's intelligence
What a
check.
cheap way to win.
As long as it
You've been around these scalawags for too long.
As long as it gets the job done.
Simple.
He
I
looks
like the
over at
fish.
Sun Wu.
Uh,
Why are we watching a bird in a fish play game?
Oh, I'm racial animosity, some sort of thing, Animal Kingdom. Not sure. Well, short term, what's the note say? Have we determined if it's magical or not? We get Short Stone to read it anyways.
Okay, at this point, Rockgut says, "I like your fish," and then he goes flapping
wait.
off.
You're not going to wait for a response?
Well, are you going to respond this evening?
I don't know.
Depends on what the message says, wouldn't it?
Besides,
Rockgut.
maybe I want to play with the magical chess set.
Okay, Rockgut's going to go and land in a tree.
Yeah, I am wise. I'm going to take a couple of steps back.
Do you need help moving the magical chess set here, Rockgut, or...
I could.
Second.
I am not infirm, nor am I in a bowl.
Oh,
It'll take a few minutes, though.
because I'll play you at a game. I like games.
All right, the letter. Let me pull this open.
Yeah, we're detecting magic and we're detecting poison.
Okay, first the detect magic. Give me a percentile. There's a chance there's magic on this letter.
Then we burn it, never knowing its contents or what it says.
There is no magic on the letter. Detect poison.
Detect poison just detects.
Percentile roll. Yeah, there is poison in the letter, or like it registers as poisonous. Give me a wisdom check, I believe, for the caster. I think it's a wisdom based check to determine what type of poison.
Yeah, let me. The website is super slow. Oh my god. You can do it. Or may try craft alchemy.
Perfect.
That's what I wanted to see. Because Sun Wu Wisdom, D20 versus a D20 plus 20, different. 30.
30. Okay. There is amounts of rage spittle on this document.
Okay.
Um,
Is it all one word or?
it is one word. It is a contact poison.
Oh, I wouldn't touch it. Oh no! Don't play with this short stone.
It's a contact poison that requires a fortitude save. And if you basically become affected by it, you go into like a barbarian rage. It's a and then while in your rage, there's a will save versus attacking your allies or nearest creature. Like it's rage from 28 days later.
Holy fuck, that's not cheap. Not cheap at all. Is there? All right. This is not good. They want us to attack each other. They're playing their devilish games.
How loud are you being in this discussion? As in, are you trying to hide your revelations from Rotgut?
No.
Okay. Rotgut is just positioning himself such that he's not quite, just in case you're mad at him. he's still in the trees. He's just
Well, no, someone who thinks it's a dumb. It might be a smart bird, but relative to everyone else, it's still.
Oh yeah,
a dumb
it's
bird.
a freaking 11 bird or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
Huh. Oh, this is poison. Rage spittle. It'd make us go nuts and attack each other. You don't want to lick this thing or touch it too much with your hands. I'm gonna. Maybe we should wait for a second. Could someone get Jinshu awake?
What is it? What is it?
Oh, and also Black Dog. He's been practicing. They poisoned the letter, the bastards.
I'll get him. I'll get him. He's not blind and bleeding and 8 damage. I'm going to pull some of that off of Short Sun's token because apparently that's last checked. He was being attacked by the eyeball. Ginger, Black Dog, we got a letter, and the letter's got poison on it. So
Black Dog grabs his buckler.
perfect.
So Doc sets up his tripod.
Which way are you aiming your gun on the tripod?
I can turn it around, right?
I know, but where's it aiming now? Like, which general direction is the gunning happening?
He's gonna step this way so the light's behind him,
Okay.
and aim in this direction. This water.
All right. Vodka doesn't just fly away as you're setting up a gun.
All right. So Black Dog comes over. He heard poison. He goes up to Sun Wu. He kind of like motions with his buckler. Huh? Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking. Oh. And Jin is just watching. Can we harvest the poison from that to place it into the poisoner's buckler?
That is a. You would need to. Let me just check the poisoner's buckler. Is that a?
It's not a magic item. It's an item that allows you to put poisons into the buckler, and that you could apply them to weapons as move actions.
Equip application middle combat allows 3 deep grooves running over its surface, each slot fitted with a vial of poison.
So I guess transferring the contact poison to a vial.
Yeah, so the answer is, so you'd have to get it into a vial first, and then since it's a contact poison, you could actually attack people with touch attacks.
Yep. This is the and Black Dog has poison use, so it's just he doesn't have lots of alchemy in order.
You need an alchemist to get it out of the.
All right, can Sun Wu do that?
someone who's an alchemist, he could do it. He's going to have to roll that d20 roll, though.
Sure. So this is the d20 roll not to poison himself because I think he did give up poison use.